And we are live.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube? Welcome back to our now monthly dev stream for the Jellyfc team. Wanted to give a shout out to the early birds in the live chat. So Nick Best 22, Techman TY, the man 50261, Dan Bulmer, Map GP or MAP, Map GPS, and Rad CPU Man. Glad you guys could make it, and really appreciate it. We have a couple things tonight, so if you have any questions, just fire it away. Oh, what's up, Skull Crusher? Glad to have you as well. Um, as for people that are joining us here this evening, we have, of course, Lupe. Um, I don't think JT's been on a live stream yet, has he, Lupe?
No, this is his first one.
Okay, yeah, well, we got JT, so we'll introduce him here in a second and give him a chance on the mic. And then, of course, we have Dragon and and Dave Plays is not supposed to be here right now. Funny story, but he is here. So glad to have you, Dave.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So, um, starting off from the top, we've been expanding quite a bit lately. If you guys aren't aware, we've had a lot of stuff developing over on the Jelly Bay, which is the online marketplace for people that don't know. I'm gonna assume everybody does that's here. Um, we've been finding little issues, bits, bobs, bugs, that kind of thing. If you find anything, and if you don't mind sharing it with us, we do have, and I did make it public now over in the Discord for at least for people that are at least chat level. I think one. So if you've ever chatted a couple times, you can drop it over there in the Jelly Bay bugs section. But right now, everything seems to be working tip top. Hats off, Dave. A little bit of golf clap around because I think most of it was done with Dave and Batman's help. Maybe Dave, you could probably speak on that more than me.
Yeah, no, it was a whole team effort collectively. I
Oh, I
mean, we were coding at the end of the clock. Batman was flinging through pages, making sure there's no little loopholes or anything. And then Dragon and the rest of the team was just stress testing, unit testing as much as we could. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we've already had quite a few members in the Discord use it not only for selling but also for buying, and we've started onboarding slowly more sellers. So just in the last week, we've pulled in about another 3 sellers. I have 5 more that are waiting through the application process. And I know I had been asked in my private messages by a couple people, are we always going to be invite or an application process for all sellers? And I'd probably like to keep us that way. That way we can just weed out any of the potential maybe threats or issues, people that are going to make a fake account and try to sell fake items. That's it's going to be a little bit more difficult because right now I am personally reaching out to each and every seller and trying to at least get them on the phone, get them on a call, talk through, see their previous accounts, see if they've sold stuff online before we bring them on, because we want to make sure the safety and security for buyers is paramount for the Jelly Bay. And one big thing that I wanted to bring up is this is going to benefit the Jelly FC token because all fees are going to end up going back into the program. So right now we have a flat 3% seller's fee, and there's no fees for buyers. So they can come in and basically right now it's the price you see is the price you pay. Um, and sellers don't have any listing fees. They don't have anything other than the 3% sell fee. So if they don't sell anything, they don't pay anything. And then we're going to figure out a way to regularly convert and push those fees in back into our token. So it's going to uh, eventually just create buy pressure, which is probably that'd be a good thing because we haven't had that in a little bit now. And then we can, enjoy some appreciation value. So I guess if anybody has any questions on the Jelly Bay, let me pull it up. Comments. Oh, Jackson Digital, welcome. Rizzo, Little Time. Oh, Little Time's in the house. To the moon. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. We've had a lot of good feedback lately. We've basically been looking for just slow, steady growth right now before we do any big, huge public launches or like paid promotions for advertising, because we want to try to catch any issues as we're growing before they become too big. But uh,
Hey,
I'm really pumped about it. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it.
real quick, I think we're up to 16 people watching. So shout out to everybody here. Got 4 likes on the board. Go ahead and smash that. And I agree 100%. I think that this is something that we've been talking about for a long time, almost a year now. And it's finally here, right? And I think that the dreams and the ambitions for the Jelly Bay were always really high, and it's exciting to see that a lot of those dreams and aspirations are very tangible at this point, especially considering the amount of like the hype we've seen over the last few days.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean this is only the beginning. That's the amount of traffic and stuff was just a couple posts on Twitter asking for people to help us.
Hey, stay right there. Don't
Yeah.
go back. Go back.
Well, that was a car.
Oh, that was a car.
Yeah, there's another one coming in. So,
Hey, what? While the cars are coming in, shout out to Bartman, our newest member to the channel. Welcome to the club, brother. You've been around for a while. Glad to have you here as a member.
yeah, I need to get you added in to the golden gang.
Jackson Digital said I mentioned it before, but I just want to make sure in case it gets lost in the sauce. If I sell something and expect Jellyfish coin as a payment, locking a USD value would be cool.
Yes.
I know that's something we've definitely talked about, and
I was gonna say he
yeah,
mentioned
go
that
ahead.
he mentioned that last night, and I do have that recorded on my list to bring up during our staff meeting. So that's one thing that we're going to be putting on the list, because somebody else asked as well. I think, and Dragon actually had followed up on this, if we could accept have multiple options for payments, because I have seen that some sellers it looks like they've listed the same item multiple times for multiple payments. But it'd be nice if that could be condensed. So it's like, oh, I see this 3070 I want to buy, and these are the currencies that they're willing to accept,
Well,
BC2 or Jelly, or and then they can just swap back and forth. And a little bit of obviously a lot more work. I'm sure Dave's probably pulling his hair out right now, but something that we can definitely explore.
hey, just to clarify too, I think the suggestion was not so much being able to accept multiple forms of payment. I think it was mostly for like, let's say if you wanted to use something other than a stable coin, that you don't have to constantly go in and edit the price based off the price of the currency that you're trying to use, that there's a calculator in there where it will change the price or
Oh,
change
okay.
the amount of coins based off of what the current value is of that coin.
Gotcha. Do a call, API call, and update it like
Hmm.
real time. Um, yeah, I mean that's an awesome idea too. Obviously, definitely going to put some more load on it. I wonder if there's probably Dave's probably over here thinking there's a lot of ways to skin that cat. Wonder if it would do it like update it at the checkout process, so that way it wouldn't have to update it across the entire website constantly.
Yeah, I know me and Dave talked about this like when we were in the staff testing phase. And I think at the time there was just too many innovations going on at one time. And so I know that for sure it's on our radar. And I think, we just got to make sure that we do it correctly. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, definitely gonna have that added to the list. And I was gonna say, if anybody has any other suggestions or ideas or even questions that come up, please don't be afraid to fire them away in the Discord in the Jelly Bay section, because there, I mean, there's no bad ideas, right, Lupe? Is that the
Yeah,
same?
definitely no bad ideas. And honestly, like, it's exciting because the few people outside of the staff team that are approved to sell are some pretty well-known people, and we also, like you said, we got a few people waiting, and those are some pretty well-known people too. So I think if we can iron out the what do you call it, wrinkles.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Techman TY. He actually applied. And so he'll be a seller on there as well. If anybody's familiar with the BCPC Discord, he's a moderator over there. Solid guy. He's definitely bought, and we've traded, sold all kinds of stuff all over the place. So that's the big thing, is just, we get a good solid base of sellers, and then it should be a good driving factor for not only giving people good deals, but taking care of the sellers on the fact that they don't have to worry about eBay, bending them over with the fees.
Yep.
So, yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps up the Jelly Bay. Moving on to the pool side of things, I've seen where there's been a couple people asking about, like, BC2 and network traffic, like the block transactions times. I think that's been all pretty much resolved within the last day or two. Did we lose? Oh, there we go.
No, I'm sorry, I'm playing with
No,
stuff.
no, you're good. I know. Shout out GMG from the community. He was pushing a little bit of hash rate to try to keep blocks moving forward within the last couple days. And once we hit that, I don't think we've hit a difficulty readjustment yet, but I believe they were voting on it over there in the BC2 Discord to have an update pushed through, so that way the difficulty readjustment would be a shorter time period. Does anybody else have any like further clarification on that? I don't know if you're keeping up with it, Dragon. I know you've been in there quite a bit.
No, I haven't seen anything about that.
I saw the vote. I just didn't see like any results yet. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
I haven't
supposed to
seen
be
that
out.
either.
Okay, well, we'll address that since it directly affects one of our pools. But we are still operational for anything basically over, I think it's like a couple, like 10, or basically anything over a gigahash. Anything under a gigahash, we are still not supporting. But there is the community pool over there. So if you have a CPU miner or have a nerd miner, you can definitely join onto their community pool and not have any issues. But yeah, outside of that, BC2 pool is rocking. I'm still pushing. I have 4 bit axes on our Bitcoin solo pool. Obviously, we haven't hit any Bitcoin blocks, or trust me, there would be signs. I wouldn't be sitting outside right now. So still trying to get that elusive Bitcoin block. What was it? So we had a script pool set up for some testing, and I was having some issues connecting to it. So we've kind of sidelined our script pool right now. It was doing Dogecoin and Litecoin, I guess, merged. We never hit a block on that, but we didn't have a ton of power. I think it was between me, Walter, one of the moderators, and Dragon were the only ones really pushing any hash rate on there. But it takes a good bit of hash rate to hit a Dogecoin or a Litecoin block right now. So I think we're probably just going to focus our efforts on smaller projects where we can hit those blocks.
I love it.
Yeah. I guess, should we go ahead and talk about some of the upcoming pools, or maybe hold off on that?
I mean, I think that it'd be cool to say that we have some other prospects that we're considering and trying to work out some details on. So, the innovation is continuing. Yeah, I don't know if the specifics are there yet, just because we don't really know what's going on with that. But there definitely are some more options in the near future.
That works. Okay. Well, we'll keep it a little bit more under wraps until it's ready to go then. But there is some new pools actively in development. So hopefully you Shaw 256, you BitAxe, Nano guys, you small hash, like on the smaller hash rate of the ASIC side. We should have you some options to be able to hit some blocks and to make some coins, because Bitcoin 2 was kind of like that in the beginning, but then it just went out of control. And next thing you know, like a BitAxe went from, you could hit maybe a block a day to, I think the last time I looked, a BitAxe couldn't hit a block in 6 months. So, yeah.
Yeah, last time I looked at my Nano 3, I think it told me like 16 days or something.
Yeah, 16
13
days.
days. That's it right now.
Yeah, and that's yours is the 4 terahash, so that's like 4 times more than a BitAxe. So,
you know what? I lied. I looked at my last payment. Block mining time right now, and Dragon, correct me if I'm wrong. The block mining time on the individual dashboard, is that for the miner or is that for the pool?
Are you on the solo pool?
If
I'm not.
if you are on the PPLNS pool, that is your. Let me double check.
Individual block time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as of right now, I guess if I were to, is this, does this, is it the same if you're solo or on PPLNS, or do
Correct.
they change?
As far as I know, it is the chance of you hitting a block, no matter if it's
Solo or
solo or
PPL? Yeah.
PPLNS. PPLNS, if you're on the actual stats page, that shows estimated time that the pool will hit a block.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that real quick then. Because as of right now on my dashboard with the Nano 3, rocking at an average of 3.2 terahash, it shows 1 month. Um, so full effort block time. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, so it has to be individual. So yeah, Nano 3 right now looking at 1 month block time.
And somebody, it looks like Rizzo commented, and yes, Nano 3s are still good to be put on to the BC2 pool. They're well over like the I think it's the 1 gigahash minimum limit. They're doing, I think Nano 3s are right at 4 terahash if you can get them to fully hash correctly. All my Nano 3s I put on medium now. Is yours running full blast, Lupe?
Yeah, but it sounds like a jet engine right now because those fans aren't the best. So I probably need to drop it down.
I
Ron
Yeah.
Watkins said, "Yeah, I got 2 blocks on PPLNS Jelly Pool, but only 3% and 4%, even though it's 14 or 15 hours. Need to get more blocks to get more confirmations." And then
Yeah.
Rizzo said the block time exploder for BC2 is running anywhere between 12 hours and 8 minutes. So I think we've all recognized that with hash rate rentals, it's kind of thrown everything out of wonk for BC2. But
Yeah, that's why they need to do that difficulty adjustment so it'll adjust faster, so we
yeah,
won't be stuck in these long. Because we've been stuck in this block, this last epoch, for a long time.
yeah, it's been a while for sure.
But I was gonna say, just warning because my phone does randomly. I'm at 10%, but sometimes it dies at 5, 6, 7, 8%. So if I
Okay.
cut out, it's not because I don't want to be here.
Well, I've got a couple of things to say then, real quick.
Yeah.
You alluded to earlier that we have JT, who is a new member to the staff. He's not really that new per se. He's probably been with us for a month or two.
New to the live streams.
Yeah, new to the live stream for sure. But I just bring that up because you guys don't get to see a lot of the stuff going on in the background. But we've been doing our best to try and get more help that we can here and there. So JT's one of those. We've got another one or two. Actually, we've got 2 others that we've brought on, and so as we grow, we're going to need more people, right? So I'll spend this time to go ahead and introduce Mr. JT Collateral. He is or has been brought in to help out with some of our security stuff. So you probably won't see him as active inside of some of these chats as you do some of us others. However, he is here and he's definitely helping us to keep going. So, JT, if you want to kind of just give us a brief synopsis of who you are, that'd be cool. Great talk. Great talk. Okay, well, he'll be back, I'm sure. But anyway, JT's a great guy, here to help us with some security stuff. And Dave, I know that you had mentioned potentially talking about another innovation that you've got going on. So I will give you the opportunity to kind of let us know what you're working on, what you're ready for, and what we can expect in the future with what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, no, this one's great. So we did tease it. I don't remember now, but it was a few months back, not a few months, a few weeks back that we were having a Minecraft server come in. We just finished up the website for it. We just finished up the servers itself. We did some testing on it. So within this week and possibly next week, a new Discord channel is going to open up, and then all of us can start playing Minecraft. So it's going to be like a minigame type server. So it'll have things like Bed Wars, Sky Wars, Prison, Skyblock, kind of like your average jar text or things like this. But it's just another thing we can kind of give to the community that'll help out the entire project, while also giving us an expansion of what we had for game night. I know some people really liked game night, and some people really wanted more out of it. So we thought maybe it's a great official way where we can have a server on 24/7 where people can come in and play Minecraft with us. So in the future, we might do some separate streams where we're playing. We might be in Discord in general. We might be in the gaming chat on Discord. Just waiting for some more people. But this week or possibly next week, I'm gonna make a new channel. It'll have the website. It'll have all of our IPs, and we're welcome for testers. It should be good to go as soon as I put the IP and everything in the chat. But it is a new server that I cobbled together pretty quickly. So if you guys do find any issues, just let us know. But it should be super ready to go, and we're excited. Just something new while we're still working on the Jelly Bay, just something simple that we've had backburnered for a while that we pulled from the gutter and was like, well, I think it's time.
Yeah, and also to tie into that, this is just one of those things we've been trying to implement a little bit more engagement between the people who are still here and are coming in, right? So we have weekly poker tournaments every Wednesday night. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So that's one of those things that we've done to try to keep everybody together and hanging out. It's been a lot of fun, in my personal opinion. I did really well for the first couple of events, and now I just keep getting slapped by RNG, especially by Hold'em and also GMG. He definitely did me dirty last week, but yeah. So that's just one of those extra things that we're trying to do to keep people having fun together. Because originally when we did all this, man, we were having a boatload of fun. We'd be 20 deep in Discord at times, and so that's what we're really aiming to get back towards. I've wind that JT Collateral was having some technological difficulties, but I think
Yeah.
those have been fixed. So why
Can
don't
you hear me
you?
now?
Yeah. Just tell us
Perfect.
a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I work on back end. I originally I kind of got hired in, or not necessarily hired, but put in for security. Currently in college, finish up my degree in 8 months. I have a bachelor's in cybersecurity, so that's kind of helping me out, and this is getting my toes wet. And yeah, I'm not very active, as he said, in Discord, but anytime y'all really ever need to get with me, y'all can always DM me or anything like that if you have a security issue. But
When you say you're not really active in Discord, you mean, but you
just
will be
the
soon, right? Wink,
yes,
wink.
I do plan on getting a little bit more involved with the community than I have been, as I typically stick to either like talking with y'all and staff. But I do plan on at least starting up on joining the poker nights and being a little bit more involved with the community than I have been in the past. I will say that.
Love it. I love it. And just so y'all know, anytime that you want to banter with Mr. JT, he is one of the banter masters. So once he's headed in there being active, feel free to have some fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Dave, is there anything else that you think maybe we should talk about, or anything that comes to mind?
I don't think so. I guess we can do some reiterations for as people use the jelly bag.
Hmm.
We had some people, as a seller, that they wanted to accept BC2, but they didn't do their BC2 receiving
Yes.
address. So just make sure if you're a seller to go ahead and generate that address. It's not like your coins are lost or anything. It's just it won't automatically credit. To keep some of the times of the blockchain times down, we make it a little bit easier and kind of operate it's quicker to an exchange. So what that means is once your coins are on the portal, you can buy things with them, and the sellers get them pretty immediately once the sale's complete and delivered after 48 hours. So we try to keep it really quick, but if you're a seller and you haven't received your coins, it's probably because you didn't make that receiving address. So just a little PSA for everybody.
Yeah, let me clarify on that a little bit, because basically what he's saying, and I even myself made this mistake, so this is why we're bringing it up, because I'm an idiot. But when you go to the Web3 portal and you go to, well, like once you sign in, you go to your wallets. Inside of your wallet page, there are several different payment options. And on BC2 and a couple of the others, you'll notice that there's a button that says generate wallet. And so, like he's saying, you won't actually receive that payment or that currency until you've created a wallet within the Web3 portal. And it's, like he said, super easy. You just click the button, boom, you're done. And now you have a wallet for that currency or that token inside of your Web3 portal. So if you think there's an option or the potential for you to actually use one of any of the currencies, or excuse me, tokens that we have available on the Web3 portal, just go ahead and create your wallet address, and then you won't have any issues in the future. Otherwise, you're going to be like me, and you're going to, be an idiot and wonder why you don't see any BC2. And that was me. So, anything else?
Let's see. Oh, we implemented an upvoting system on the Jelly Bang. So for anyone who's really new, it should give buyers and sellers a chance to upvote their listings. So when a new buyer comes in, they see what's called like the cream of the crop type listings. So it is something we're testing currently, but if you guys would like to help us out, just go through the Jelly Bay and any listing you're like, this is an absolute crazy deal, or maybe the listing itself is like really well made, like great description, great photos. Just either give it an upvote or give it an up down. If maybe the price isn't right, maybe it's not very descriptive, maybe it's just like just so sellers and us ourselves can kind of know what the buyers are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a new system that we've implemented, and we'd love to get everyone's help with as well.
Yep. Love it. I love it. Cool. I'm not real sure if there's anything else that we really need to cover. Does anybody in the live stream have any questions? I'll give y'all just a couple of minutes to questions, suggestions, comments, whatever. However, just wanted to go ahead and note that we have 20 people watching right now. Shout out to that. But we have 9 likes, 21 people watching. So if you're here, do us a favor, smash the like button. It helps us out quite a bit. And I just want everybody to know that we have definitely been brainstorming together as a team to try and figure out a few more things that we want to implement to continue to push forward. And so even though it's not something that you see immediately, there are definitely things in the works in the background. So hopefully in the near future, much nearer than it has been in the past, you'll definitely see some new innovations, and we're excited to kind of see how those go. So no questions, good stuff. Love you, Rizzo. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, I think that's probably it. We lost Brandon for his phone dying, but I think we covered the vast majority of major updates that we wanted to. And as of right now, unless anybody else has anything to bring up, I would say that it's probably a good time for us to close it out. So don't forget, poker Wednesday nights here pretty soon. We're going to have Minecraft nights and some other really cool things that are going on in the background that once we figure out the details, we'll be able to release and present to everybody. So Rizzo said also mining Zcash FTW. Has Zcash ever? I think Zcash was on our radar at one point, wasn't it, Dave?
It was a few people wanted to sponsor a Zcash pool, but I know nothing's being made for it right now. But it definitely is on our list of supported coins we were going to push out. But I know a few other community members mentioned other pools that we're focusing on right now.
Okay, cool. Well, Rizzo, appreciate the suggestion, and just know that it is on our radar and has been on our radar, and hopefully we'll be able to implement that into a viable option for you guys. So yeah, I guess that's it, man. Appreciate y'all showing up. We'll do this again next month. It's going to be the first Thursday of the month. If something crazy happens and we just feel like, my goodness, we have to come out and tell everybody, then we'll have a new live stream. But until then, I'll answer this one last question, or say two things. Lil Time said he applied to the base, so Brandon will give you a call. But the next one was, when will Kapow Pool be a thing?
I like Ravencoin.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, if there's anybody in this staff team that is a supporter of Ravencoin, it's Dave Place.
Oh, I do love Ravencoin. The only issue with Ravencoin, y'all, which is another reason why the Doge pool is on a hiatus, the amount of hash power we'd need for our community to keep it afloat is a lot. I know people talked about in the past Griffin. I don't even know if it's still a thing, but it popped up and it was Kapow. So it's possible maybe a smaller Kapow coin in the future that kind of innovated off of Ravencoin. But for now, if we spun up a Ravencoin pool, I could put maybe a gigahash on it, but it would not be enough to hit a block. Um, and we'd really like to stay with pools that we can get enough hash on to really support each other, because no one wants to just let their hardware idle on a pool and not hit any blocks. We even had, in our very beginning days, we had those problems with Varus too, before we got a huge community following with people like Vaping Dave and all of our others like Rob and everything, which we appreciate. So that's our kind of big focus, because we don't want our hardware staying idle, and we don't want your guys' hardware staying idle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. All right, y'all. Appreciate you showing up. Again, we'll see y'all here in a month, and unless something crazy happens, we decide to do this again sooner. But it was a great turnout tonight. 19. I think we saw as many as 21 at some point. Last opportunity, smash that like button for your boys, and we will keep on keeping on. Thank y'all, and we will holla holla.